section. So there will be some type of questions where you will be given some graph or table which will have some sort of information about an unfamiliar topic or an unfamiliar object, and you need to decode the data that a table or graph will tell you, and then you need to answer the question, and the question will definitely come according to the context of that particular data that have been given to you. So let's just explore some of the questions, quantitative evidence questions. How will they look like? So here you can see the graph. They will definitely give you a graph, and then they will share some sort of information that you need to read out, and then it will probably ask you a question that which choice most effectively uses data from graph to complete the assertion. So this is like one of the difficult type of questions that I also struggle at, but we will be definitely doing it together, so we no need to worry. So what could be the trick to solve these questions? Number one trick will be definitely to because this will, the graph that you will get can probably scare you, you know, it can freak you out that okay what it is, but you just need to look over to it, just see that what it's about. Like here we can see, like when we even read the some descriptions, we can know that it's more about the, so we can know that it's about urban population of Algeria and France and Japan and Nigeria. So population के बारे में है ये चीज़. This is something that we got to know, and it's probably telling the population from 1970 to 2020, and this is the key that represents. ठीक है. अब this information that is shared, we will read it and then we will know. So it says the share of the world's population living in cities has increased dramatically since 1970. It just says that the population has increased since 1970, but this change has not been uniform, which means it is not straight. France and Japan, for example, were heavily urbanized in 1970 with 70% or more of the population living in cities. The main contributors to the world's urbanization since 1917 have been countries like Algeria, whose population went from dash. So it just says कि हमें क्या करना है, we need to find the population of Algeria, which like we need to see कि from 1970 to 2020 something, what was the range, right? So 1970 Algeria has this key of triangle. So in 1970 it had something 40, and now if we see it has something more than 60, so it's probably 61 or 62. So it's between the range of I guess it's between 70 to 60. So that's what we have decoded, right? And now we look into the question, which choice most effectively uses data from the graph? So here we have been giving like these four statements, right? And we need to find out that which statement is correct. Less than 20% urban in 1970 to more than 50% urban in 2020. Less than so it's more about Algeria. So in Algeria in 1970 it was 40, but we are here at 60. So around 14 urban in 1970 to more than 70 more. It was not more than, I guess it could get to more than 1920. I guess so. We could go for, yeah, it's 70. It's touching 70. I think we saw it wrong. It's going to 70 here. So the option C could be the right answer. So we could check it. And yes, it is the right answer. Why is it the right answer? We'll just also check that. This choice effectively uses data from graph to complete the example. The line representing the percentage of Algeria population living in cities is a black triangle bar, as I said. And according to the graph, it's stated at 40% 1970 reached 70% 2020. So that's what the question was about. You need to read the data, then go to the passage, then have to check the questions and the choices. We need to eliminate the choices according to our guess, right? And we need to apply the strict rule that we really need to choose the best one. We, you know, because in SAT They always tell us to choose the best options and not just go for something that you feel like will be the answer. And now we have this once again, that how should we think about these questions. We really need to understand the argument. For instance, the information that is provided to you, you need to actually look for the data. So it's like something, for instance, in this graph, there was a lot of information that was not needed for us, right? So it's giving the information of everything. Like it's probably giving us information for Nigeria, which was not even mentioned into the passage. So it will give you some extra information, so you can be distracted. On the test day, you'll probably be so nervous, or you probably don't want to read it anymore, right? So there will be a lot of information that will be not needed, and that will be just extra. But you really need to be, you need to be very active while solving these questions. And then you need to read the data, then evaluate the choices. There could be the two types of choices: the false statements and the true statements. And then afterwards, it's the same thing. And how do we approach it? First of all, skim the paragraph. Here we really, like in some type of questions, we need to scan, but here we can easily skim, because the graph is also telling us about it, and we don't also have a lot of time on the test day. So I guess skim will be the best step. Read the paragraph, what the data is looking for, go for you know the validated choices, and find the best evidence. What could be the top tips? You can, like, when you're looking at the graph or table, you actually need to use your finger or a cursor, because as we solve that algeria right now, we actually, initially I thought that it was 60, but then I actually used my cursor, so I got to know that it was 70. So that could be one of the pro tips, that you should use your cursor, because that's digital essay. It's very important, so you will not miss any sort of point, and ignore the irrelevant data. And yeah, that it was all about the quantitative evidence questions. That's very easy. If you actually have faced any problems out of this, you guys can let me know in the comment sections, and probably we can make another video to solve more questions of quantitative evidence. I hope the video really helped you guys, and yeah, thank you so much for watching my video.